Scott and Heidi. This is, what are we going to call this?
We're going to call this Rain Time Reflections.
Rain Time Reflections. Okay, yeah. We sat and we pondered that for just a couple of minutes before we started the camera rolling. But we don't have a time where we just sit and visit with you guys on a non-formal level per se. And so it seems like a lot of folks like the craft time chat that Heidi has, so she thought it might be a good idea to get my bald head in the picture every now and then and talk with you and just reflect on different things that we quite often consider. And this time of the year is the holiday seasons, and we were in the past we got stressed out about, you know, purchasing gifts and going into debt doing it, and I don't know, just the holidays were more hectic than they were enjoyable. And just reflecting on what makes the holidays special is just being able to spend times with the people you love, and not so much the stuff that you get. You know, we're to the point in our lives where that stuff doesn't really matter as much as the time spent with the folks that you care about. Me spending time just reflecting back over the years, or over this last year, is the most precious time to me is spending the time with my eldest son, you know, working on his house, going and procuring materials with him, and helping him out whenever I can as far as knowledge and different things, and just helping him just have another body around to encourage him and be able to give him a hand on his project over there, and seeing that come to fruition. And hopefully my younger son, and I'm sure this will happen, will eventually get himself a place, and I'll be able to help him out and develop some memories. And that's part of the reason why we started up these videos, is to, one, document our life experiences, and hopefully maybe our grandkids and our kids can look back on these things and really appreciate the relationships that we had with them.
Well, he was saying really good stuff, and you know, just to kind of let people understand where we're at, we really don't even get into the holidays anymore. We've pretty much eliminated most of them from our lives for several reasons, and that's, you know, that's a topic for another day. But I was really really touched by a video I saw on Pure Living for Life, and forgive me, I cannot remember their first names. I know them, but they're not coming to mind right now. But he said some really right on things, and he grew up in a home where they didn't celebrate Christmas and all that, but he never felt that he was without. And I think a lot of times in the holidays, and this was one of the things that Patrick and I noticed through the years, is that even though we were pretty good with our kids in the way we approached Christmas and stuff like that, and they were very grateful for what they had, and we didn't buy them whatever the latest greatest gadget was, and we just weren't into getting into that kind of stuff. We got things that were fun but useful and educational. But even then, you know, like he was saying, it's like, what is it about when it's all about, you're so rushed around trying to get gifts and freaking out about getting the right thing for everybody. So we just started cutting back more and more and trying to find what was truly necessary for us as a family. And, you know, like he said, being family, just being a family, being together, loving each other, giving of time, like he said in that video. Again, pure, I think he called it, you know, watch this before you buy another Christmas gift. And I highly recommend you go check that video out. And then we were watching Danny's Porch Time this morning, and we always watch Danny's Porch Time from Deep South Homestead. And he always has so many wonderful things that he says in there that really speaks to us. And I think a lot of people will agree. Anyone who watches that can say the same thing. How can you not? He has so many wise words, and just brings it down to what is real. And you know, that's what we want to be. We want to be real with you. We want to be realistic about our goals, and with our kids and with our future grandkids.
Life's pretty short, and again, you know, we got on YouTube and we started visiting channels a lot like the one that you're watching now, and we've developed a community of folks around the world, mostly in the country, of course, but we have people from all over the world watching. And you know, not that we're a huge channel by any means, but it's just real neat to have people that have the same interests, and it's kind of helped motivate us to get out and shop more, or try new things, new cooking ideas, and resourcing other people out there like us, and gleaning ideas from them as well. So we just want to start putting out this video series. Some of them might be a little more serious than others. This one has a tendency right now to be a little serious, but I like to cut up and play a little bit, and you know, make things fun. And I think Heidi has another thing that kind of influenced us to start doing this is, you know, we went to go top off our spare fuel. You know, we rotate that every 6 months to a year, and we were down at the fueling station there, and this older gentleman approached us. And I knew him from years ago. He's an old retired contractor around this area, and he says, "Hey Pat, I got something for your wife." And I said, "What's that?" And he says, "Oh, I make these little jewelry boxes," and he says, "I just think she might want one of those." And I said, "Boy, you'll have to do that." You know, and I don't want to give his name. We thought about putting his picture up, but I took a picture of him talking to Heidi about the box, and there's a few tears exchanged during that event. I didn't cry, but Heidi did, and so did our friend.
I'm a girl.
But it was a pretty cool moment. I'm saying this tongue in cheek, but it's a pretty neat thing. And you know, I tell you, we get out there, and there's so many people are out there to get one up on you or cut your throat or take advantage of you. I mean, I've had my share. But when something like that comes along, you know, that's just really a neat thing. Really kind of rekindles and refuels your hope for humanity, per se. And Heidi's got that little box there.
Yes, it's right here. So, hold that up this way. I want you to see just how beautiful this is. So
that, by the looks of it, that looks like walnut lid, and I think looks like maybe, so that's a different, that looks like maybe cherry wood on the bottom.
He said he got a lot of these woods he actually gets from Africa.
And I think that center one, that middle one, I'm not sure. That might be the one he's talking about that's from Africa. But
I don't
for
remember
sure
which
that
one. I thought he said the one
the
at the
light
bottom.
one in the middle looks like maple. So anyways, I mean, he builds these things. Like I say, he's a retired contractor from the area, and he just does this for outreach to the local ladies and girls, you know, and it's just a real cool thing. You know, and something like that really kind of inspires you. You know, channels like Deep South Homestead and you know, some of these other places that we watch. You know, that just helps rekindle your ambition to keep on plugging along. And anyway, go ahead.
Well, I don't really know what else to say, but I was just very touched. I mean, I don't know. I've probably spoken a couple words with this older man over the years a couple times, but I really don't know him. You know, life gets busy, especially when you're a young parent and then you're running a business and you just don't have time to interact and socialize with people because you're teaching classes and he's going off to work and then you're bustling around with your babies and
Vicious cycle.
yeah, and he knew who I was, you know, and he had that with him, and I think he makes these things and he keeps them in his truck, and when he sees someone and he feels so moved, he just gives them away, and he makes it by hand and puts a lot of time into it, and it really touched me in so many ways that what a blessing that is, and the whole community thing, and just, you know, you don't have to be family, you know, related by blood or marriage. You don't have to be somebody's best buddy or go to the same church. You just see someone and think, you know what, I think they'd appreciate this. You know, and like a lot of people have spoken about, especially lately, you know, a simpler time. It's not that life was simple per se, I mean, because people used to work really hard physically, and we've been going back to the old ways step by step for many reasons. And the more I transition into that, the more of a change I see in myself in so many ways that's good, and the way I see other people, the way I see myself. My relationship with the Lord has blossomed, and with my husband. And so when they say simpler times, it's not that it wasn't hard, but we weren't, I think what they mean by that is we weren't so weighed down by the stresses of debt and like mentioning the holidays, having to run out and feel like you got to get the perfect gift. No, people just made things for each other. And it didn't have to be a set time of the year. It didn't have to be Christmas or birthdays. People just gave. They gave of their time, their resources, and their gifts that they could, you know, their abilities, and I don't know, that just, you know, and as we left there, part of my tears weren't just so much over the generosity, but also a little bit of sadness. Is this the last of generation that we'll see like that? Or can we rekindle that nature of giving and loving and caring for people, genuinely caring for people, and not just doing something out of obligation because it's Christmas or because it's a birthday or because we're told by some corporation or society that this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give this gift to so-and-so. No, we do it because we feel led to do it. That's how it should be. And it doesn't have to be because of a time or year or what somebody said.
Well, there's a difference between being led and being guilted into.
Yeah, obligated.
Right, yeah. So having the desire there, the drive to do that is just probably what the most important thing is for us to remember. Well, we can ramble on at some other point. Leave comments below.
Yes.
Let us know what you think. Questions you might have, ideas, things you might be looking for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So just let us know so we can, have an idea of what other topics you'd like to hear about, or even if you want to hear from us at all.
right.
I mean, to us, we seem like we're pretty boring.
Yeah, when we started this out, we didn't think anybody'd be interested, but I guess a lot of it is just we're just normal, everyday, nothing special people, and we just kind of stumble along through life, and I suppose some of you guys are too. But we think it's pretty cool to have community and
keep learning from each other.
Right. So
there we have it. So thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.
Goodbye.